Hello everyone. Today we are going to study the basics of export marketing because as you all are knowing it helps in generating the revenue as well as it helps to have a reputation all over the world. Let's see the basics today, basics of export marketing. My participant number KTHM634. Why we are going to learn these basics of export? Reason is that all over the world, no single country is self-sufficient or well equipped with all the resources. All the countries needs to depend on each other for their needs and requirements. Now in this case here, if they require some product from other nations, so they are placing the order and according to that the countries are delivering the product. Now in this case we can say this trade is called it as export and import. As we all are knowing, India is well equipped with agricultural resources, software skills or software services. So because of that here, all over the world, most of the countries are demanding these type of products or services also. Iraq, Iran, Saudi Arabia, they are well equipped with the oil and petroleum products. So that is why the other nations are demanding oil and petroleum product from those Iraq, Iran and Saudi Arabia, from these countries. So that is why here we can say in this world no one is self-sufficient, and when no one is self-sufficient, in that case the trade is taking place worldwide, and that we can say world trade. Now in this picture what we can see, the vehicle or we can say the mode of transportations are moving from one place to another. It means with the help of carriage. It means that the trade is taking place with the help of different types of transportation facilities like airways, roadways, then this railways as well as the waterways. So in the next slide we'll see what exactly in earlier slide we have seen only the products has been exported and imported. In this also it has been shown that the vehicles are moving from one place to another, which shows that the trade is taking place. Now another picture is there. It's about the here we can see that girl and one boy, they are in front of their laptop and computer. Now this we can say about the service export. They are exporting their services. So the service also software services. So software service export. So that is also called it as a one type of trade. Otherwise you must be thinking only the goods has been exported. No, we can say that software services also can be exported. For example, the barber. In nation, if any barber is not knowing about the new hair cutting style, so he can ask the person from other nation, and with the help of his guidelines and the skill, he can do his hair cutting or the client's hair cutting according to the other countries barbers guidance and as per the advice. So this we can say about the export in case of services. Now we'll see worldwide export with the help of this one link or the video, because as I have told we are discussing only the what are the different types of service exports has been exported and the services has been exported, but now we need to know which are the countries are exporting the products, specifically exporting the products, to whom they are exporting. Let's see in this video. World trade is most important for all the countries. It is not necessary that need not to be there, but has to be for reputation. Let's see. world's export. Switzerland increased its export by coffee. Carpets has been US broken rice to the least developed countries. Then UK's export went to European Union. Japan is exporting to the China. This is the few details of the world export. In short, we can say. Now, in this slide, we can see that which are the products from India has been exported. Now here this data shows that in the last comparative to last 5 years, in the year 2018-19, our export has increased by 8% and it has reached to 331 US billion dollar. If you'll see here the table they have shown over here, petroleum products, chemical products, pharma products has been exported more. Let's see here also what exactly the India's export with the help of one video.
Grammarly does more than catch errors. With Grammarly, you can fly really good. No, perfect.
India's 10 most important electronic products has been exported. Television, laptops, speakers and all. Textiles. India is famous for this type of products. Textiles. Then the iron and steel products has been exported all over the world. India is known for this iron and steel. Other one is the agriculture, grain, wheat. Pharmaceutical products, as we have seen in earlier tabular format, over there they have shown the pharmaceutical products has been exported and the export has increased. Biochemicals also. India is known for this petroleum, pharmaceuticals and the biochemical. See, India was known for the agriculture, but now it has moved to the other products. Machinery has been exported to the other nations. Automobile is also exported to the nation. Tata is the most, I can say, the popular company which is exporting the product, machinery. And then the jewelry, because of its variety of designs, foreign consumers are demanding the product. Then petroleum product, this we have seen the tremendous growth we have in this export marketing. Now this we have seen in short about worldwide export as well as India's export. Let's see what the experts are telling about the export marketing. Now, according to the RL Grammar, export marketing involves export business with individual firms, organization and or government entities in other countries. Most important word is other countries. That business, export business can be with individuals, can be business, can be government also, can be organization. It will be with anyone, but only the compulsion is that thing should be with the other nation. As well as the another expert is telling about the export marketing, B.S. Rathod. According to him, export marketing includes management of marketing activities for products which cross the national boundaries of a country. Say, your export manager is managing the marketing activities of how I am going to export the product all over the world. So how the export manager is managing the things. So that we can say about the export marketing. Now we will see few features of export marketing. Export marketing is a systematic process. It is not like that I can manufacture anything and I can sell it, I can export it. It is not like that. I need to do lot of study. I need to collect the foreign consumers' demand, their likings, dislikings, and according to that, how to develop. It has lot of research and development things. So that is why it is called it as a systematic process. Second one is the customer focus. Companies are focusing on the customers. Reason is that if they will not focus on the customers, then consumers will not purchase their product. They have to give importance to the consumers, because the export manager doesn't know the foreign consumers likings, dislikings. So that is why they need to focus on the customer. So consumers, we all are knowing consumer is a king. If king is not happy, you will not be able to do any kind of thing. So that is why export marketing focuses on the customers. Then documentation, it has lot of documentation. Yes, little bit tricky, but now as per the government rules and regulation, little bit documentation has been reduced. So documentation has to be there. What you are exporting, what is the quantity, how much, what is the price. So documentation is required and is compulsory. Then next one is the trade barriers. Barriers, it is like obstacles for the trade. Trade, that is our export trade. Now what are those obstacles? These obstacles are tariff barriers and non-tariff barriers. Tariff barriers will be like imposing restriction on quantity, whereas in case of tariff barrier, it is like imposing heavy to heavy taxes, and non-tariff barriers, it is called it as a restriction on the quantity. So if any country does not want trade with other countries, so in that case they will charge heavy to heavy taxes in form of tariff. So trade will not take place. Or if they don't want to impose the taxes, so they will restrict the quantity. They will say, okay, only 100 gallons of oil we can import, other we will not. So that will be the restriction on the quantity. That is called it as a non-tariff barrier. Next one we have feature, that is the trading blocks. Now trading block, that is, we can say it is like a group of nation, and in this group of nation all the member countries will be doing the trade without any obstacles or without any trade barriers or without any tariff and non-tariff barriers. It will be in a very friendly nature. In this group, they will not charge any tariff, they will not charge any non-tariff barriers, nothing, no rules and regulation, nothing is there. But when non-member nation wants to do the trade with that group, then that group will be charging heavy to heavy taxes or some kind of restriction. We have many trading blocks like NAFTA, we have SAARC, we have ASEAN, we have, there are many trading blocks. In a group, they will not have any kind of restrictions to the member countries for the trade, but for the non-member nations there will be heavy to heavy we can say the taxes or the obstacles. Another one we have, the feature of export marketing is three-phased competition. Three-phased competition, like when exporter is exporting the product, that time he will be facing the competition from the his local market, as well as when he is exporting. For example, if a export manager from India exporting to the USA, so when he is exporting the product to USA, that time he will be facing the competition from three areas. First area is that from his own country, like India. From India, there are other people who are exporting the same kind of product to the USA. As well as the second area is that the person or export manager from the different nation will be, that person will be exporting the product to the USA, same type of product. As well as in USA, there are companies who are selling the same type or same variety of product to that particular country. So from these three areas, export marketing manager will have the competition. Another one is that but one good advantage we have of the export marketing, that if your product is good, you will get the reputation all over the world. So that is the one good advantage we can say. The next one is the importance of export marketing. Why we have to do? What are the reasons for it? Most important, you will be having good relations worldwide. Now our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, he is traveling all over the world for the good relations, for the good international relations, so that the trade will take place. And when the trade will take place, definitely employment opportunities will increase, standard of living will increase, and economic growth would be there. That is why we need to have a trade, and that trade would be possible with the help of good relations. Reputation, right now we have discussed. Then the another one is the research and development. I have told you, foreign consumers demands, likings, dislikings are totally different. Needs to be have research and development. Without that research and development, no one can sell the product. So that is why here, because of export marketing, firms will be ready for the all types of this research and development, and the firms development also would be possible. And trade will increase, definitely, as we all are knowing, employment opportunities also will increase. And next one is the another importance is regional development. Regional development, if the country will start earning the foreign exchange, that earnings will be utilized for the development of development activities or non-development activities for the country, for the regional. If any region is not so developed, or if it is backward, so that money or that revenue can be utilized for the development of infrastructural facility or some communication facilities for all this. Last importance is that the standard of living. Standard of living, as I told you, when trade will increase, employment opportunities will increase, people will start earning the money, and when people will start earning the money, they will able to afford any luxurious type of goods. They can purchase it. So that standard of living will also improve because of the employment, and employment is there only because of trade, and that trade we can say with the help of good international relations. Now the next one we have, that is what are the factors which are motivating for export marketing. Why export companies are thinking that we have to export? First is that wants to earn the profit. That is the most important motive every firm is having, and because of that they are thinking to export the product. Now second one is that recovery of research R&D expenses. R&D, that is research and development expenses. Companies, when they are as I have told you, you cannot sell anything to the foreign consumer, so you need to do lot of research and development. So for that research and development, you will have more and more expenses. Now when you will incur more and more expenses, that has to be recovered. So how you are going to recover that? By exporting the product. Then another factor is strategic vision. Every firm has their own vision, mission statement, to earn more profit, or to expand the market, or to have a reputation all over the world. So because of that also the firms are going for export. Then the sales and production stability. In order to have equality in sales and production, the firms are going for the export market. Like if sale is less and production is more, so what is the option? We cannot keep quiet. No, we cannot shut our business. Ki baba pehle first need to sell our all the products and then we will see. No. For this kind, in order to have balance between sale and production, companies are exporting the product. If demand is not there in the domestic market, okay, no issue, we will export the product. As it has been happened with our Nestle's Maggi noodles, when the sale was not there in India, that time company immediately took the decision, okay, we will export to the other nation, we'll sell it to the other. All the products from India has gone to the other country. This we can say the advantage we have of the export market. Another advantage is the monopolistic position. Yes, if your products are qualitative, if your products are new, innovative, unique, then you can charge any type of price for that type of we can say the price, higher to higher price you can charge, and you can earn the more profit. That is the one we can say monopoly can be there if you are, but the condition is that your product should be unique. If you are selling same type of toothbrush to the consumers will why they will come to you. But if you are selling new type of technology, nanotechnology, some new kind of technology, consumers definitely will get reacted and will purchase your product, and that is why, and because of that more demand will be there, and more demand will be there, you will think no one is there in the market, I am the only one. If I am the only one, I can charge higher to higher price, and that is the we can say advantage of export market. Now this world trade, as we have seen, revenue can be generated, employment can be generated, as well as standard of living will be there, as well as we can say economic growth also be possible. Remaining part we will discuss in the next session. Thank you.